If you are like, if you can't find a problem, he will also give some suggestions, but he doesn't know that you all have already found the problems, right? Most of it, right? But still, there might be a few people who are finding it difficult. So he will also discuss. But they don't act as if you all don't have a problem. Okay. So people who have problems, have no issue, I'll also tell him, right? Most of you are okay, no, but others can present now. And the people who actually require some assistance, he will help. He volunteered, right? So I also said, okay, if still people are having issues, you can talk with someone. Maybe after my session, he'll be having a session. But I'm happy with most of you, right? So then I think you want to say something. No, you're one also. Don't look at other. Yes, don't worry. Right? Very informal. That's what I want to create, that atmosphere of informal. It should be informal. Otherwise, very difficult to do the project. If it's very formal and then the gap is more, then very difficult to work. Right? Because you all have to work with me. No choice. Even if you don't like, you have to work with me for the next till December, right? No choice. After that, it's okay. But till December, you all have to work with me, right? So everybody should learn. I mean, that's the main thing, right? So at least now at the end, if you all can argue out and justify, and but because you must be sure of what you are doing in your project. Because if you are not clear about your project, nobody else will be clear, right? And nobody will be, you can't justify to another person if you're not clear, right? And you're not happy with your project, right? So make sure that you know what you're talking, you know your stuff, you know your data, where it's going wrong. So that's why I'm asking a lot of things with you all, right? If you can justify, that's fine with me, right? Okay. Even any area, because it's your project, right? So you can justify and say, okay, this is my project, right? I mean, if it's the data is correct, we are okay, and you can justify, right? Okay. Wait, I'll get another mic. Oh, just good. So don't worry, right? That's the other thing. So she'll justify a little more. That's so good, right? I don't get offended. I'm not good at names and faces so much, right? So if you see me somewhere, tell me, right? So I actually don't keep it in my mind, right? Okay, right? You can tell. Yeah.
As by data,
Yes.
I found in the gap since 2019-20 up to 2021-22.
Yes.
The decrease on due date return compliance.
Yeah.
More than the 18-19 year.
Yeah.
I compare with the due date submission return data.
Yes.
It is 1.4% and 2021-2 is 7%. Due date in the
due date return compliance.
Oh, normally as the act.
Are you taking due date return compliance?
No, due date normally act required the November 30th.
Right. Okay.
November 30th submission is very few. Around 2% in there. Yeah. 2% and 7%.
Right.
As the manual data report, I found that the IRD extends some more time to in the COVID period.
Yes, they
1 month and 2 months,
right.
1 week, 1 week.
Right.
Accordingly, I think the normally people are waiting much extra extension.
Get your data and present again. You must be 100% sure, right? Right? Because I also deliberately asked various questions. Maybe you all think that I also don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know, right? Okay. But you must, what we want is for you all to be 100% correct, right? If you are not sure, how can others be convinced? You have to convince. It's your project, right? Because she's saying a lot of ambiguous things. That's why I want her to present and solve this problem by herself immediately, right? So maybe her first side should be the project problem, right? Others have put it, but maybe you all should put it, right? What's your problem, the topic of the project? Right. So what's your problem?
Problem is increasing return compliance.
Increasing return compliance where? Right. So that is the first thing you had to write. You had to write the complete project. So that should be the first slide. Okay. Wait. Others can't hear. Just use the mic. So there might be one or two on.
RAMIS data data obtained from the RAMIS.
Okay.
According, I compare with the manual report in the unit.
Yes.
In accordingly,
Right.
2019 20 year and 2020-21 year due date return submission is tallied with this amount total.
Right.
This total amount.
Yes. First thing is what? If you say all, you must be convinced your data is correct. If it's wrong, don't present, right? It's bad for everybody, right? Because even the IRD person might be there. So first you get your data correctly and say, look here, this is my data, I am correct, right? So otherwise there's a problem, no, right? So I have got this data.
To me from
RAMIS, yeah. So, but you don't have to say RAMIS data is correct, no, generally. If it's wrong, you can't work with it and then say, okay, this data is based on this, but I am also not sure if the data is correct. If then maybe not 100% correct, but don't say like that. When you put it like that, it creates so much of, people are worried whether you are not sure of the your data, no, right? Maybe there might be a slight discrepancy in the figures, but at least majority of it is correct, no? Right? So you are saying, okay, this is the data I have obtained. This is the number of duplicate. Yeah, so just you have to tell exactly what is happening. Number of returns issued, number of
duplicate return.
Yeah.
I reduce that. Return. Total expected compliance is that amount.
Right.
Due date, percentage of
Due date is the date. Now, even if there are extensions, after the extensions, the due date.
Oh, before,
Is it the November 30th? That's what I'm saying. There's is it November 30th, or if you have given month, is it December 31st? Whatever the date that Indian Revenue has given.
Yeah. Normally date is November 30th.
Right. November 30th. Yes.
Not without changing the act provision.
Yeah.
Allow the some much more time.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Now. Hello.
Allow the additional time, those two periods, 19, 20 and 21 period.
Right.
2 months and 1 month. I think this data.
Yeah. So do you think that now I'm telling this for everybody? I'm not criticizing you, right? I don't gain any pleasure in criticizing, or maybe if you want to be smart, you be smart with your equal or maybe with a senior person, right? So we don't do that. So please understand, we are not criticizing you. I'm telling everybody now what is wrong in what she's saying. Should she say that all that, or is it required? Not required, no. Because when you say, the others get confused. Yeah, exactly. So you have to tell what, look here, this is the now Indian Revenue may be giving these dates, maybe giving extensions, but you are saying is what? look here, on due date, this number of people are not complying. That's it. Right? So on the due date, so it can be November 30th if they have given extension, so can give it on 31st December if they have given extension. So on the due date is December 31st. You don't have to tell all that because all are aware of the issue, right? Okay. So you say on the due date, this amount, these people are complying, otherwise not complying. Otherwise, if you tell too much, people will get confused, right? Okay. Right. So is that what I'm saying? Is it correct? Right. So on the due date, total number of total received on the due date is this amount, right? And the percentage is this, right? Is that okay? Huh? Right. Okay. And then you say, okay, there is a small discrepancy in 2020-21. I won't be taking that into account because of COVID. Just say that, right? So that everybody understands. Is that okay? But I think what I think is okay, average, and if you want, you can take these two out. You can show it, take it off and say the average should be this. Even that is okay. Break it off here. I'm giving various options. I mean, it's the way you present, no? So I'm not taking these data. Or you see, of these 2 months, and I am taking the average as 32, 52, and 32, right? Taking the 55, 58, and 32 and taking the average and saying, okay, this is the average. It should be around this. That is okay. That is adequate to show your problem, right? I'm eliminating these two data and take the average, right? Okay. And then show the performance gap. I mean, there, if you show, you don't have to take this even. Just take those three figures even, and I have to work. So I'm not taking these two figures because they are anomalies. Okay, you own the data, you own the project, and you tell. But I don't know. I'm just telling because I'm just giving suggestions, right? I'm not telling you anything, right? Because I can't tell answers, right? I'm just trying to help you to justify, right? If I was a person like that, I would justify like that, right? But this project is yours. So think that way, right? Okay. Is that okay? Right? Okay. Right. Right. Next person. Sorry, yeah. So when you are having problems, you all can call me now. There are two people who have an issue in coming today, and they are having an issue in actually presenting also. So that is understandable. If your kid has to go for the interview, you have to be there, no? Right? Okay, so things like that, right? You all tell me, and before the 7th session, if anybody wants to speak to me, you send the presentation and call me, right? It's okay. So during office time, I will give a time, right? And if office time is not okay, even after office, it's okay, right? So that is not a problem. Even in the evening, right? Around 9 o'clock, after we go home, it's okay, right? But only thing is, as I told you, if you are not working in the remis, don't say you are working in the remis and call me at 9. I prefer to call during daytime. If by any chance there's issue, especially the customs people, I always give because they are working like 24, 48 hours, right? At a stretch now. Even yesterday, there was a person, I mean, they are not lying. So I'm telling that so that you will know that you all are better off, right? Okay, so you all can work more, right? Okay. So if there is an issue like that, you call me even in the evening, it's okay. So the others, people who are having a problem, it's better if they get it clarified before the 7th session, because then others have already moved on. So you all can present to me, call me, send the presentation. You all have my email address, no? Is there, no? Right. Okay. Right. Then tell them to email me and discuss with me. I'll give you time, right?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. This is my management research field project topic. Enhance the IT maintenance and supporting team performance of the ITAS unit. I think this topic is slightly different from other selected topics of my guys. So I hope explain briefly about the IT maintenance support team and ITAS unit. My IRD guys know since 2015, with the implementation of REMIS system, whole tax administration process is converted to computerized system. So in 2017, IRD management decided to establish ITAS unit to convenience of IRD officers in tax administration process. ITAS unit. ITAS means Information Technology Administration Service Unit. This is task, legacy and REMIS system management, programming and system development, server and IT infrastructure management, providing all kind of supporting services based on the information technology. ITAS unit is administered by IRD commissioner. These are allocated staffs. ITAS unit has three main teams. First one is IT programming and system development team. Second one is IT maintenance and supporting team. Third one is server and IT infrastructure management team. I am focusing about the contemporary issues associated with IT management, IT maintenance and supporting team. IT maintenance and supporting team. This is the IT maintenance and supporting team task, providing all kind of information technology-based supporting and maintenance services to keep the efficiency and convenience of the IRD officers in the tax administration process. How to get the IT maintenance and supporting team service? If there are any problem or service requirement related to the information technology of the IRD officers, they have to call 5555 help desk. I think all of you know about that. 5555 help desk will route maintenance tickets or maintenance jobs for maintenance and supporting team. Responsibility of maintenance and supporting team. Immediately attend the maintenance tickets and resolving the problem and providing the supporting services within the response time. Accordingly, expected resolving rate is 100% within the response time. Response time, it is very important in this process. Predefined response time means predefined allowable time for resolve a maintenance ticket. It is 24 hours. It is defined in 2017 with the implementation of ITAS unit. But according to the international statistic, this 24 hours is very big time. Problem associated with IT maintenance and supporting team. Maintenance ticket resolving rate within the response time is drastically decreased in last 2 years period. It is difficult. It is directly affected to the performance of the IRD officers and whole tax administration process. These are related data. All data are with my custody because I am a commissioner of the ITAS unit. Number of maintenance tickets received within the given period. These are month period. It is a month. Each month, nearly 200 or 300. Some month 400, 500 maintenance ticket routed to maintenance team. These are number of maintenance ticket resolved within the response time. Response time means within the 24 hours. Maintenance tickets resolving rate. This is my calculation. Average maintenance tickets resolving rate is 74%. this is my data, graphically illustration. Expected resolving rate is 100%, but current average resolving rate is 74.06. There is a performance gap. In the MRF project, I hope to find root causes and solutions for this performance gap.
So even though there was a lot of data, finally he came to the point, right? So maybe the other things also, but he want to explain exactly what is happening in the division. So here you can see the performance gap. But it's 100%. Now the arrow like this, even it's okay. I mean, even though we are saying to put the bracket here, you can't put it. No, this is much more clearer. So if you want, you can put it like this, right? It's your presentation, right? So that is okay. But only thing is the 100%, like 100% to be resolved. Is that practical? It should be resolved, I know.
Yes.
But what is achievable? Sometimes now, if it's low, no choice, right? But this is something we are operational, we know IT, even you practically know, very difficult to resolve, all know, maybe 90% or 95%. So just see in public sector, maybe especially in journals, you can find what is the benchmark. IT journals. No? So what do you think is roughly what is a good standard? What do you think?
I think 3 hours or 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours. That is, now there are two things. That's what I was waiting. I mean, till you complete. You are saying this is within 24 hours. So now what is your problem? Is it to resolve within 24 hours rate you want to reduce? I know there are a lot of issues too, but you don't poke in everything. I know what you're saying is 24 hours or should come down.
Yes.
Right? Yes, that is true. But the other thing is within 24 hours, now everybody in this room, they are expecting you to at least within 24 hours to resolve 90% or 95%, right? Within 24 hours, what should be the normal rate? This what should be resolved?
This is average resolving rates.
Yeah, that is now average. So
I think
the average and the benchmark you are drawn nicely, everything nicely drawn, and it's clear to everybody. So, but what I'm saying is that 100 line, should it be 100, right? You keep a line like that 100, but what is the practical line? So maybe you can take, is it that red line should be 100 or 95 or 99 or what?
Maybe
or 90?
95 or 90.
Yeah, it's up to you. So how are you going to justify it? Now, obviously, if you're the head there, you're not going to ask the others also. No. So what is the practical, maybe at Inland Revenue, everywhere else, or some IT magazine saying about public sector, they might have a rate of 95. And now, if you are saying 95, okay, we know it may be around 95. But you have to justify it. So if you have article A star or A rate, or in your case, you can get, now it need not be a tax journal. Right? So you can get from other journals, IT journals, even public sector or private sector. Or anyway, it's okay because now you all are operating 24/7 also, no? Right? So you can say, okay, it need not be different for the public and private sector, even especially IT services. So what do you think should be the rate? And you justify it, right? At the same time, then you don't poke in the other standard, the 6 hours, 3 hours. That's what I'm telling you all, right? You bring that in, then the entire thing is confused. You say one problem and talk about it, right? And you justify it. If you say, oh, no, this standard also has to not 24 hours, it should be 6 hours or something. That's a different scenario altogether. Don't bring two problems.
Problem is given instruction. Is clearly mentioned within 24 hours. Or...
Exactly. So you say, okay, the 24-hour thing you are trying to solve now. Is that what you are trying to solve? Then you will look at that area. But you are saying, okay, even this 24 hours should be now 6 hours or 3 hours. That's a different thing where you are looking at. Then your data, you have to get it maybe within 6 hours, how much of things have been solved. So this data is also not valid then. You see? But I'm not telling you a lot of things about answers and all, but you must know how to write. Okay. You have got it, what I'm telling you. How you are going to put your problem. Okay. It's the way you put it. No? So now here he has got, now what I'm saying is you have already got the data. So if you want to work with it, you put the standard and work with it. And then justify it, because Sometimes if you want to get the ideal problem also, there is no time now. You have 6 months, no, right? So think about it, right? Okay. If you can do it that way, that's fine. I mean, you have given a lot of other data, that's fine. I mean, he's trying to develop the project, no, right? Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So now it's very practical. You must be very practical to think about when you are thinking about the problem also. Have the end in mind to complete this year, not the next year, right? Okay. Because there was a person in my MBA batch, apparently, one of my friends actually thought, okay, joining with another person and doing the research is easier if that person does lot of the majority of the work, right? These things are not done now here in this MFRP. If you have a broad area, they give permission. So one of my friends thought there was a very studious girl working very hard. Okay, join with her and do the research, right? Okay. Then maybe after 1 month or so after doing, she has told this person, look here, I don't care how long I take. I want to do a good research. Even if I don't pass this year, I will pass next year. So then he realized what is the trouble he has gone through. So always think to complete within that. There's no free ride option, right, for the research. So he thought he'd have a free ride, right? So I'm telling all this just to remember, okay, you have to complete. So don't, you must have the bigger picture in mind to complete within this period, right? Okay, start.
Good morning, sir.
Good
My
morning.
topic is increasing the revenue collection of social security contribution levy in upper corporate sector. Social security contribution levy was introduced with effect from 1st October 2022. The objective of introducing this tax is to rebuild the economy affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. All the companies exceeding rupees 120 million turnover within any 12 months period should be registered under this tax, and 2.5 of tax on liable turnover should be paid. The revenue target given by the Ministry of Finance for the year 2023 is rupees 186 billion for the department. This is the total target given by the ministry. Then IRD has divided this target among large corporate sector, upper corporate sector, medium corporate sector, and other units. Accordingly, upper corporate sector has been given rupees 76,597.63 million target for the year. Then I divided this amount by 12, and then this upper corporate sector should collect 6,383.14 million rupees for each month. Then this is the monthly target for the upper corporate sector, and I have collected revenue collection of this sector. These are the data, and this is the average collection from January to June period. Then this graph shows this is the target given by the IRD for this upper corporate sector. This green line, this red line shows the actual collection, and green line is the average revenue collection. Then this is the performance gap of the revenue collection of upper corporate sector in social security contribution levy. Then my objective is to find reasons for this revenue performance gap, and find solutions to reduce the performance gap.
Right. So you think this revenue target is correct? What they have given the target is fair?
This target is set by the incentive committee of the department.
Yeah. No, I just want to know your personal opinion. Do you think it's fair? This
Yes,
6,300.
yes, sir.
It's fair.
Yeah.
So then something is going wrong. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So this could be, I mean, she has to slowly devise, okay, this is a new tax, so I can put it on a monthly basis, right? So, and justifying it, right? So very practical that, okay. So, this is for which year, month in which year? This is 2023, no? Right, maybe somewhere you will have to put the year also. Maybe you can use it Jan 23 or somewhere, right? Then it's clear. Otherwise, it's okay, right? Go to the previous slide. So you described, right? Okay, okay. So this is generally we are looking at the proposal, no? So it's okay. Right? Okay, good. Okay. So we'll look at what someone can present, but chat, there's someone sound again to you. That is right. Okay. So we'll give another person to present. After that, online person can present. Huh? So don't worry too much, right? So even if you can't present now, I will give you a time to present, right? So I'm the supervisor, so there's no issue about finding me or finding time to present. There's no issue like that, right? You can always come to PIM or present over the mobile. That is not a problem, okay?
Good morning, all. My topic is increase in uncorporate income tax collection in IRD. IRD act as the sole agency of the income tax collector of the Sri Lanka. We have collected two type of income taxes. First one is corporate income tax. It is basically collected from the companies and the other entities. The second one is non-corporate income tax. It is collected from the individuals. There are three methods of collection: SA payments, payee, and the WHT. Here, in my project, I have considered only SA payments and the payee collection. When compare the data from 2021 and 23, when they are in here. In here, I have shown the non-corporate income tax collection and comparison between the total collection and the non-corporate income tax collection. Each year, Ministry of the Finance set target for the revenue collection.
Wait, keep it there. So what are the issues with the diagram?
I have shown
not
the
that issue. I'm asking everybody what are the issues. It's what we understand that you are talking about. Take a look around, sister. Others tell me quickly what are the issues with the diagram. Just give one mic to someone. Yeah, give you a mic. Like the person in front, you tell what are the issues. We are not finding fault with anybody, but at least you must know with the diagram what are the issues you can find out. Because everybody makes these mistakes.
Amount, 1,000 amount.
Yeah. A heading not there, no?
Heading not there, and the amounts are, she can do the 1,000 amounts with
A millions or billions or something, no?
a billion or something.
Ah, right. What else? Yeah, so those are two things. Another one? X-axis not there, right? So naturally, these things should come to you, all right? Everybody, right? Not only me, right? What is missing, because now virtually your PIM MBA graduates, so they expect things to be perfect, right? Okay, right, okay.
Here I have.
But the source there is there, that's good, huh? But that's not what you have to bold, that you can put it slightly in the other one. The source mass is not a very significant thing, but putting it is important. Okay.
In here, the performance gap, here I have said the green line says the average collection, target collection set by the Ministry of Finance. Yellow line shows the actual collection, and the red line shows the average collection. According to that, the performance gap is there. In addition to that, there are some associated problems here I have identified. There are low return compliance in individual income tax collection, and the number of files I have compared it within from the labor force. When compared to the labor force and the number of tax files, there this is only 3 to 4%. Accordingly, my objective is to reduce the gap that means increase the collection of non-corporate income tax.
Yeah, so you are taking non-corporate income tax and just go to the previous slide. You are taking self-assessment payments and pay it.
Non-corporate income tax
Collection without withholding tax.
Yeah, withholding tax. Yeah, the problem is I can't find there is separation, but the company is also paying the WHT.
So you can take the other two together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it is published in the our performance report.
So what do they call it? Do they call one name or both?
Separate name.
Separate name. Self-assessment payments and pay together you are taking.
Yeah.
Right. Go to the next slide. Right. So you are talking about it, and then the other one is associated issue, no?
Yes.
Right. So there might be associated issues, 3 issues. Especially you can put it when you're talking about the associated issues in the problem description and the report later on. And even here when you explain it's okay. I mean, so you'll have to find 3 associated issues when you're doing the problem description later on. So she's saying this is also an associated issue because still the tax net is not there. That's what you're saying, no?
Yeah, narrow tax base is the I have identified is a reason for the low collection.
Yeah, so low collection. So right. So you will address that later on, no? Right. Okay. So right. Okay. So it's still at the preliminary level, no? So you have work to do, but the performance gap is there, right? So that's good. So you all are getting it right, huh? And the customs people found it very difficult, but you all have I think it's easy with the statistics already available, no? Right. So there is one person online. Hashani, maybe after this you can present. There's one gentleman here. After that, Hashani, are you there with us? Harshani. Harshani, are you there? Harshani? Harshani is cooking? Don't know. Harshani, are you there with us? Right. Maybe later on. Huh? Mic is not there. It's okay. Your mic is not working, but if you want, you can solve the problem and present after this, or maybe later on, or you can send it to me the email, and maybe later on we can discuss before the 7th session is better, or at the 7th session, right? It's up to you. Okay, you can proceed.
And morning, everybody. This is my research project proposal.
Yeah, the mic, hold it like this. So, all right, okay. You all will be expert presenters after this. Huh? If you all want a presentation and all these things, we can get our expert Toastmaster who Tarindu Amarasekara. He came. So he gave you all hints. Huh? Right? So then it's okay. Otherwise, we can get him to come and do a session for you always. You all have to improve your soft skills too, right? Okay.
This is the topic. Increasing the capital gain tax collection by strengthening the current process. Today, it is needed to be increased to promote the direct tax ratio in the country. CGT is one of the strategic direct tax option to increase the tax collection. The current tax ratio is approximately 80-20 as a direct tax, but expected ratio is B 62 40. There is direct tax versus indirect tax ratio. This is CGT revenue collection I have collected. CGT capital gain tax is the tax introduced by the Inland Revenue Act number 17 2024 2017 effective from 1st 4 2018. Then therefore, the 2017 we have no any capital gain tax in our performance report. Then you can see 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, there is a capital gain tax. The capital gain tax rate is 10%. Then after 22 October, it was changed for CIT as 30%. When you see the estimated CGT revenue, there is the estimated.
So this 10% and 30% for two different people.
10%
Yes, it's
10% for all income tax payers, but 30% effect from October 2022 for CIT, corporate income tax.
a corporate, then corporate.
Yes.
Yeah. So the others it's 10%,
Others, like,
but you are looking at both,
yes, looking at both.
right? Okay.
Because the thing is 2018 to 2021, same rate, no?
Same rate.
Same,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Here is the estimated revenue. The other column is actual revenue. You can see how much we actually collected and how much is it estimate. When we see the estimate figure in the 2020, it is drastically dropped, and 2022 also 21 also the government reduced the estimated figure as it's also for total income revenue also the estimated figure 2020-21 there is a slightly decrease for various reasons. Then we see the actual revenue in actual revenue for all taxes. Then I can see the collection of percentage of estimate and collection CGT collection percentage of total revenue. If you see there is very little income when compare the total revenue. In 2018, it is 0%, 1%. Then 2020, it is from total revenue, it is 0%, 5%. Then the other column is collection percentage of previous revenue. I take that part, right? This is my.
So go to the previous slide. So others maybe. Who's your friend here? Who's your best friend here in the class? Can't say.
Here.
Yeah.
Emilus.
Right. So give the mic to him. I hope he won't get angry. So what are the issues with this slide? I'm telling this because I should not be telling these things, but then you will get angry with Camillus or not with me. No? Right. What are the issues here?
Figures.
Calculation error is there. Okay, it's a but maybe.
There is not a calculation error because previous year.
Exactly. We understand that also, but still
Yes,
she's saying it's ugly there.
No,
Why?
No, there is.
You put a dash.
Okay.
You don't put a this thing. Yeah, right. Okay. That's the reason. Or NA, not
Yes.
applicable. One of the
Yes.
two, right? Okay. And what are the other issues?
Sir, ratio should be mentioned in
Where?
2022 October 1st.
Yeah.
Individual percentage is 10% and company
At
is 30%.
Otherwise,
It should be
mentioned
it should be
somewhere.
mentioned somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, slightly if you put in IND and corporate in 2022, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was very
Thank you.
easy for other people to find your mistakes. No, you can't see, but others in Sri Lanka, it's very easy, right? So, but we have to improve, no? Right? Okay. What else? We are telling all this, but you had done a good job. I mean, everybody is doing a good job. What we are telling is maybe we can improve, no? Okay, what's the other one? It's another small one, that's all. You can find, someone can find and tell. Yeah. One more small error. Row is not needed, yes. Yeah. Right? No, actually you must thank everybody because when you do this, you get more marks, no, not them.
Yes.
You get the
Actually,
marks. Right?
Put it because the.
Yeah.
I want to show that the 2017.
It is zero.
Yes, yeah, there
Right.
is no tax. collection.
No tax.
Yeah.
So then, okay, that is okay. So that is a good point. I mean, yeah, he can just add
yeah.
one more error, small error. One more small error. What is that? Maybe that is, yeah, that's maybe not that significant, but actual revenue in millions, I mean, actual revenue you need it, no rupees million. That's also there, no? Right? Okay. Small errors,
Yes.
you know, but it's better if you get
Here is
eliminated.
the CGT collection. This is the graph shows that.
Right?
CGT revenue collection, if you go to
Pointer not working. Pointer, put the pin. So we are giving the opportunity to all this so that when you actually deliver at the last Viva, you all will be excellent, huh?
here's the if you see the collection total,
Yeah.
there is very small amount.
Okay.
Tax is very small amount.
Right.
And this is the collection percentage of total revenue. It is horizontal. Yeah, there is very
Collection, yeah.
Small collection amount.
The collection
Yes,
is
yes.
that
This is
collection is
yes, this also-
percentage of
this is
collection of
also
previous revenue.
This is also same. The collection is very when you compare the percentage of total revenue, the collection is very small.
Right.
Right?
So, but what happens is, what's the good name?
Premdas.
Premdas. What happens is, actually now, this is what you are given graphs and all. So when you put the problem, actually it's not that clear. If you can show it, maybe the average collection, estimated collection, maybe the collections, then the what is the target? A target is not shown, and the performance gap.
Yes.
Now this year, here you are putting it, no, right?
Yeah.
So if it can be collection of percentage of previous revenue is not required here, maybe. I don't know. I can't change too many. It's your presentation and your project, but just see, right? And discuss with others, right? And maybe the performance gap you have to clearly show. Others have shown. That's why we are actually telling everybody to present. You all must learn from anybody you can learn, right? So you just see how you can present it in a better way, right? So that you can show the performance gap, right? And maybe it's a massive gap because it's virtually zero. So maybe these slides may not be the appropriate slides. Maybe a better slide where you can just one slide to show the performance gap, right?
Next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
This is CGT revenue gap.
Right. Okay.
When you compare the 2018 to 2022, this is estimated revenue. Then actual revenue is there, all our rupees million. The revenue gap there, the estimated amount 1,800 million, but actual revenue is 104 million. Yeah, revenue gap is 1,696 million. Then 2009, 2,000 million, but revenue gap is 1,390 million. Right.
Go to the next slide.
Next slide. Which one?
The next slide. Next slide. You have another slide.
That's the revenue gap.
Revenue gap. Yeah. So what I want to say is there are a lot of details, but if you look at others, you have to all learn from others. You guys see now. If what we want is now you go and present after maybe 5 or 6. There is clearly maybe lots of graphs and all, but the points are not coming in. What you have got a performance gap. That's the most biggest, most encouraging news that you have got it. Everything is there. But maybe one slide or 2 slides with only the required items. If you can make it that way and show the performance gap, and show it to your friend. Because it's easier then. Then after that, you present it next time, right? Performance gap is there. Otherwise, what happens is, and maybe the previous year, now when you see a graph like the table like this and the last thing, it does. I know it's requirement sometimes in your department to show it like that and from the previous revenue how much, but just see whether how you can do a better job. Okay. And always it's very easy to get objective when you ask 2 or 3 of your friends also to have a look at it. Just 2 or 3 slides, too, right? Okay. Right. Right. Next. This is
Actually, I want to say something.
Yeah.
There is a
mic at the online people. Just put the mic up.
yes, there is a significant increase from the 2022 actual revenue. But when you go to this is that revenue collection from the department in the first half. This is CJR press release. According to the CJR press release, there is a 714 million for first half.
Right.
But when compared to the 2022 second half, first half, this is 653 million. But this data is sometimes it may be some manipulation.
Yeah, something is going wrong, you
Yeah,
can say. So
because sometimes it may be go to other revenue
Yeah.
category or something.
exactly. You check that if there's a data issue, there's a serious problem,
Yes, yes.
right? Or if that is not the case, 2023 has to be much more than 2022 because of the
Because
country issues that were there in 2022, right? And maybe your comparisons, you can put a lot in the problem description, but be very careful and focused,
okay.
right? Okay.
Okay.
So that's the advice I can give you.
This is issued related to identify the problem. The
Okay.
CGT lower revenue and
Right.
non-compliance and payment, CG taxpayer registration issue and tax administration issue, and also the CTC capital gain tax information management, the technical and valuation issue, and human resource problem. Those are the key issues related to low capital gain tax. In the
Right. So associated problems, if you want later on, you can put some of these 3 main associated problems when you're doing the problem description in the project. You can do it and put some more graphs and tables, whatever, right? Okay. We can't say everything what is correct or wrong. Then what happens is your project's marks are dependent on it, no? Right? So just see how you can put it and how you can convince maybe the key issues related to the problem, as you say, right? You can put it and justify it, and maybe whatever if you have tables and all when you're writing the project proposal, right? But see, make sure that always be focused on the data, what you want to tell. Because if the person who's looking at it gets confused, that is also bad, right? Okay. Too much of data is also bad. Too little information is also bad. Okay. Right. Okay. So there is huge competition now, right? So I will talk less, maybe. But the only thing is the person online is still cooking, or maybe I don't know. Otherwise, she won't get a chance. So that's why we say, come at 8 o'clock. There was not much competition, right? Now there is.
Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. My topic is speed up the outward clearance issuing process. In the Department of Inland Revenue, there is a unit, business consultation unit. One of the activity of the business consultation unit is computation the tax liability and issue outward remittance clearances.
Right. So now a lot of people now, some people use the action word, the increase and decrease or reducing. Others have not used. So now when I didn't tell everybody, right? So that is because deliberately I didn't tell. Now even the other one, the capital gains. What is the issue? Then you have to choose your topic, because I can't tell the answer to that, right? It is up to you to write it, right? So please write the topic next time when you come. There is enough time now. We had 3 more sessions, right? The topic course, spend some time and see whether your project topic is the correct one, right? So if you can get it, now it's easier than getting it later. Because later, if you get it, like, it takes some more time, no, because you have only 3 more months. So if you can get it right, He also, naturally, you have to work a little more on the topic, right? Speed up the outward remittance, maybe to reduce the time taken or something like that. I'm not telling answers, right? Because I have not yet looked at your project, but I can clearly see it needs to be changed, right? Okay.
I have collected data for the 6 month. There are 120 days for 6 months. So because outward remittance clearance application received the department daily. So there is I have collected 6 month data. This is January 2000 application received, February 2000 around, March 2300, April 1800, May 2700, and June 2199. Totally received for the 6 months 12,000. 12,000 application received for the clearance, and I already have completed 11,142 clearances. So this is the performance gap. This is the current position of the outward remittance clearance issue in 88%. IRD expected level means 100% or around 95 or 99. This is performance gap is 12%. This is the performance gap.
Right. Next slide. That's all.
Yes.
Yes. So how do you think he has got all the data? Maybe better way of presenting it might be better, no? So there's a lot of like the previous learning partner, so much of data. Here we can easily find out his solution. How should he do it? Monthly data if you put, because monthly data for?
Yes, monthly data for the remittance.
Yeah, monthly data of remittance for the 6 months. Monthly, if you can put the total, because we are not interested on a daily basis. Monthly, that data, if you put the month and the day number of remittances and cleared and the what is not cleared as a percentage, you can nicely put and nicely draw the performance gap, draw a graph, all done. No? Yeah, he's telling you, right? Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Good
everyone.
afternoon. Right,
Uh,
listen now. So you all might be selected to tell, advise, right? So carefully listen, na?
So I'm going to present about my research topic, which I selected for the management field research project. And my research topic is increasing the VAT return compliance of Upper Corporate Unit 2, which is a manufacturing sector unit. And here I collected data of sample sample number of files. And I have checked the return status of the VAT returns. And let me explain briefly about the return status. When the IRD issue VAT returns, then it is in the issued status. And when the return is received, with the taxpayer should submit with the relevant schedules, with the relevant VAT schedules. Only then it will be accepted as received. And there are many problems in the schedule submitted. So that's why I'm not only focusing on this return submission, but also on the schedules, the VAT schedules, because sometimes there are instances the schedules are not submitted. Then the return status will be in compliant status in red color. And if the schedules are submitted, but those schedules are not accepted by the system because of schedule errors, then it is still in compliant mode. But when once the schedule errors are cleared, means when the schedule errors are corrected and the amended schedules are submitted, then and it is processed successfully, then the return status will change into received mode. And then thereafter it will be converted into a work item and assigned to a officer to review it, return and the schedules. Then it will be another under review status, and then after it is checked by the relevant officer and accepted, then it is in the posted status. So based on the return status,
So you can draw a nice flow chart for that, no?
yes, sir.
Later on, I'm
Okay.
just giving suggestions. So people who have various processes, you can nicely draw some flow charts. Even previously they have done, maybe when I'm doing the project or the problem description, I'll show, right? So where you can draw and nicely so I mean, then it's easy for people to understand, right? Okay.
Then based on the return status, I have scored I have placed scores for each return status, and based on for those files, and based on for 12 taxable periods, and for each taxable period, I have derived a average score. And I have compared with the target score. Target score is 95%. 95% means out of 4, the total score is 4 if it's fully completed. So 95% might be will be 3.8. So comparing the average compliance and the target compliance based on the return status, I have derived the graph and identified the performance gap.
Right. So who's your best friend here?
Malsha.
Imasha. So others don't get
Malsha.
Imasha, you understand what she says? The problem and all. It's working, no?
Yes,
Okay. Give your mic if you don't mind. Thanks.
she was discussing with us while she was doing the work, so I understand what she is expecting actually.
No, but I know you don't understand it. Otherwise, I'll tell you to explain all this. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. That's that, no? So very difficult to, there's no clarity, no? So generally people, what they say is, okay, you don't have a problem, please sit and get it next time. That's what they say, but I won't say it like that way, right? I'm not that harsh, right? Okay. Huh? Data is not enough and the clarity. Huh? Yeah, you have the data, everything is there. But the yes, all that is true. But this is not clear. That's the thing. So what we need to do is, now you have had a nice score, the way you have put it, all that is okay, right? But it's not clear. Now, if you look at some others how they present, so we allow you all to get it. We should not tell answers, no, right? So we know you have a problem about a compliance problem is there. Then there is you were talking about some VAT mismatches or various things. You have 2, 3 or 4 problems. When that happens, the problem becomes complicated, right? So whether you want to use one area, because you were talking about the return, then the what else was she talking?
So she is talking about the compliance level.
Yeah.
Because when receiving the
Yeah,
return.
various levels are there.
4 levels there.
So
If
she
the
wants-
taxpayer give the return and the schedules all, that mode is received mode.
yes,
And the second mode is taxpayer is give the return is okay,
Yeah.
but the
yeah, so all 4 levels. She's looking at all 4 levels.
all 4 levels, she is in a levels.
Yeah. And she's giving a
And
score
she-
for that.
Yeah, she has given weightages for all 4 levels.
Right. So how are you going to put the all 4 levels and weightages? Now she has 4 levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So all 4 have to be complied, right? That's what you are saying, right? Or maybe if one is some are not complied, giving an average.
If the one level is received, if
Yeah.
the mode is received, that means fully complied.
Yeah. So this complied level, she wants all 4 levels, right? Okay. So she is giving a target of, but she's expecting 95% like
95%.
3.8, right? Come to this level, but it is at this level and she's showing this, no?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Right? So, but how are you going to put it through? How are you going to put this through clearly to people? It's not coming. Is it communicated properly? Very difficult to understand. Yeah, no, the way you're putting it, okay, it's okay. I mean, I'm okay, whatever way you put it. You are saying, do you want all 4 compliance areas to be satisfied? No, right? So you think, okay, if this needs to be satisfied, otherwise there's a problem, right? Is that your problem? You want to satisfy all 4 areas, or do you want to go with one area? It is up to you.
It is better to go with one area actually.
That's what your friend is saying, not me. Right? So I want you all to also think, right? Because after this, we are not there. No, I mean, there's no point. If you do the project and after that, forget about it. That's what we leave you all to think, right? So think about it, right? So take your time. That's why we are starting quite ahead, right? So there are 3 more sessions in my one, and even if you don't get it, then you're again coming for the next project. MFRP main project area for 3 months. So think about it, right? Because we can't touch too much, right? So think about it. Don't get disappointed. Your friend is saying all that, right? Not me. Okay. So you can work, right? So and next person can present, huh? So online people also get ready, yeah. I think there are 1 or 2 online. If you all after this get ready, right? I think you all have finished cooking now, no? Right? He had their lunch also, my God.
So I think you called me, I'm Harshani.
Okay.
Hello. You called my name, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
Harshani.
all-
Yes,
Yeah,
you want to present now or can you present
I'm at
after
office.
your slide though? Harshani, just give 5 minutes after Mrs. Nanakar presents, you can present, right?
No, sorry, sir. I am at office. Accidentally, I came office.
It's okay. So you send me the presentation and if you want, you can discuss or on the
Okay, I'll
conversation.
send you presentation.
Right.
I can through
Okay.
mail or
You can email. My email address is there. Dilhan,
sir.
DILHAN at the others are like PIM, SJP, AC.lk, right?
Okay, I'll check and
You can send it to me. LK, no? LK, no? LK or .com? Huh? Email. Huh? Oh, .lk, right? Okay.
Sir, can you repeat the schedule, sir?
Name just DILHAN, Dilhan, the others are the same, right? As Jonathan Unheller's email address.
Okay.
Just put my name DILHAN at and then the others same as Jonathan Unheller's, right?
Okay, sir. I see.
You had Mr. Jonathan Unheller's email, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, all. This is my topic, increase the completion of VAT suspended work items. I'll briefly explain little bit. When taxpayers submit VAT returns to the department, they get data captured. And if there's no any errors, it get posted. And then if there are errors, then work item is suspended and routed to an officer. So officer has to do all these work items. I screened, there's a screen of our work, VAT PTA work items. So, and in that we have to do within a stipulated time. Actually, in the system, it is 3 weeks. So, and I analyze UCU's upper corporate 6 branch, the work items received, that is biannual from the branch reports.
Okay.
And work item received in the first column and the completed on time. That means the system.
Right.
And the percentage is this. So this is a graphical representation.
Right.
And the performance gets we have to do all the suspended work items.
Okay.
And only that is expected level is the upper one, and there's a performance gap. So I have to work to increase the completion.
Completion rate.
Yes.
So what's the problem? You say what
The work
or the
item is
project?
not complete.
Yeah. So that means suspended work items.
Suspended work items, right?
You want to reduce the suspended work?
No, we have to do all those work items.
Work items within the stipulated time.
Yeah.
So-
If we are not, if they backlog,
Yeah.
we can't issue the refunds,
Yeah.
and non-return tax cannot be collected. So we have to do
Right.
those work items.
But suspended work.
Suspended due to, there are so many reasons. Schedule errors, import problems, and
Right.
yeah,
So the suspended work items you want to complete,
yes,
right? So that's the number, the target number is the number of suspended work items.
yes,
Right?
yeah.
So the other one is
I
the,
didn't take the average. Do
Yeah.
I need to?
no, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's up to you. If either you can take the average and show, or you can take the current year and show.
Yeah.
So if it's the average, it's sometimes better because it's logical. Both, if you want, you can take the average
Okay.
and show,
On-
but otherwise even
Target at 100% of.
a target,
We have to
target,
do
no.
all the work items,
So-
the suspended work items.
Yeah, so you have given the figures, the
Yes.
green line is the target.
Yes.
And actually is what is
Actually,
happening,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So you can take the average of both if you want and show the gap as the average, or you can show it like this, it's okay. I mean, we can't tamper too much with your presentations, no? It's up to you, but the way you have worded is target means these are all the suspended work
Received,
items.
yes. Received.
Yeah, suspended work items received.
Received, yes.
The other one is the suspended
Completed.
work items completed.
Completed.
Like that you have to write, otherwise it's not clear, but you have got a performance gap, all that is there, right? Is that clear? I don't know. Yeah, what about the others? It's clear. So you can see that when it's clear and what else you need to add, right? You add those things so that it's more clear the tag target and all what is meant, you nicely write it and then total subsetted work items completion. All right, that's your heading, no?
Target versus completion, no, I.
Yeah, target versus completion or something like that. You can write, right? So that is good. Yeah, previous slide, shall we go? Right, you're giving the values, no?
Yes, this is.
Mhm. So go to the previous slide. The completion rate is quite less number, no? 200 completed on time. So
That on time means that is a system revised end date means we have the revised start means the work item received date.
yeah, so go to the next slide. Now these figures don't tally with the figures in the graph, no?
Oh, tally, sir.
So 200, let's go down. Next one. Next
Before
one.
2581, yes, 2581.
The gap is massive, no? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Right, next person can present.
Yeah, Anita. Good afternoon, sir. My project proposal is for increase the auditing loss declared CIT files in the upper corporate unit 6. This is the details of unit 6.
Slowly, previous slide. So when you are presenting, I think you are still not used to it. Just go slowly because then it's easy for the people who are watching to digest, right? So project proposal for increase the auditing loss declared. CIT files in upper corporate field. Increase the auditing loss. Right, we'll see what you are saying.
These are the details of the unit, my unit. And the total number is 168 files. We have to do for our branch, there are 168. From the in 2017, there are 47 lost files, lost declared files, and 1957, 1967, and 2021, 77. We did audit in 1718 for 3, from 47, we did 3. Likewise, 10 and 14 and 4. So my target is to increase this amount. This is the performance gap.
So this doesn't make any sense, first
No,
of all.
yes.
Now you want to do more audits. That's what you're saying.
No, yes, sir. This is the loss, actually loss from the declared files.
Yeah.
So the percentage we decrease the loss only 0.5 in 78, in 1819 0.7. So it means it great effect on revenue. So
if I'm correct, what they are saying, they are declining loss, but it's not loss.
yes.
So that's what you want to
We
declare, no?
have to check whether it is
Yeah,
actual loss.
Yeah, so the way you are putting the problem, there's a problem. Right? Okay. Is that correct? So actually, that is a known fact. Some people are saying that there are losses, but it's not, there's no loss. So you had to show, okay, the people who are actually declaring losses are not, those are not losses. So you had to show the problem in such a way.
So in this case, we audited in 1718, the declared loss amount is 285 million. second line, and we reduce it up, we reduce 159. So that's mean there is a loss, we can reduce that loss. Then it,
So what you're saying is the loss they declare is wrong.
yes, sir.
So you're saying 100% losses have to be audited or what?
100, yes, sir, because there are small amount. File number is 47. So there are 17 in 13 in branch. So one get about five files. So I think 100% can do.
Yeah, so that is maybe a solution area. But this, how are you going to show the problem? Anybody? You can tell. He's normally behind, but I know now he has to present. No choice. He has come, so he has to tell. Yeah, you can use that mic. The mic, that mic is also. I'll give you a mic. I saw.
Normally when she decided to present this loss declaration, first she had to find out the number of files. There are some file.
Yeah.
We had to find out what are the amounts are available in the system.
Yeah.
And also when we decide, we have to reduce the lost amount. What is the performance gap we have decided?
Yeah.
So here we can't check the loss amount, how to reduce.
Or you want to say take the number of files that I've given and number of files they are showing the losses in a wrongful manner and say this is so much of percentage, it is increasing or something like that. I don't know. Or somewhere how you can show. Look here, this says something wrong and the other part is a part of your solution. Something like that you have to say, no? I don't know. You give the mic, what does she have? How are you going to show this performance gap? Yeah.
Existing.
Yeah.
She is explaining, sir, if we cannot, if we fail to reduce that losses,
Yes.
it will be badly affect to the next year revenue.
Revenue. Understood. 100%. Yes. What you're saying is correct. So
All the losses.
yeah, that's a part of the solution. So this, yeah. Huh? Yes. So number of, that's also understood. So how are you going to show the problem? That's the problem I am saying. I understand there's a problem. Right? So how are you going to solve this problem? Right? And sometimes because they can carry forward and set off against the profits, all that they are saying, fantastic. So, but how are you going to put it? Are you going to put it that on the basis of number of files that they are going to, they have shown, I mean, falsifying and put and then show the gap out of the total number? Or is it something to do with the revenue or?
So if we, if
The audited files.
Yeah.
Like accepted loss
The accepted files, yes. Yeah, something like that. Somewhere where you can show the gap. Look here, these people are not showing proper figures. So the total figures, something like that, right? I'm not telling you answers. I can't tell answers. Something where you get the idea now. Your issue is there. So you want to stop that issue, but it's the way how you present it, right? And tell, okay, look here, there is an issue like this, and they are showing in this. I mean, deliberately showing these things, and we need to stop it. So the gap is there, and and then you can have the others also nicely saying, okay, this amount of losses are there, and the values, all that you can justify and talk a lot, right? So just see how you are going to present it in a better way, not like this, right? Okay. So how many more are there? You are there? Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? It's okay. Quickly present. Huh? So doesn't matter. We'll take someone's class also, no? No, it's not a problem. If you want, you can call me afterwards. If you can't finish today, right? You can call me and get an appointment and we can discuss, right? So you send the presentation, call me and we can discuss over the phone, right?
Good afternoon, sir. I am in a CDMU branch. My topic is increase of completed work item of verified contents of return VAT in CDMU branch. Background of the problems, when we received return, we normally issue temporary acknowledgement. And after check the return, we issued permanent acknowledgement. In presence of errors, we issued notice 2 and communicate taxpayers about errors. So we have to improve the issue of permanent acknowledgement and reduce the issue of notice 2. If permanent acknowledgement not issued, the further processing can't be done in audit branches. 2022, our branch first is 6 months received return. There's a target 141,620. But we completed 28%. Permanent acknowledgement issued is 39,894. Second half, we received a return 120,102. But we can issue permanent acknowledgement is 25%. 28,217. But our achievement 25%, no. So we can performance gap is this one.
So all this is like the first draft, the draft that about without taxes, names and all that, no? So first of all, it's not clear that if you go to the first area, right? First, second slide, go. All this now, right? Okay, so it's not clear to us what you are trying to say, right? Okay, so you are trying. I know you have a problem, but you can't communicate it because what has happened is now the target is this. What is this target of 141,520 is what? What is that target? Is it number of what?
Received return.
Number of returns received.
Yes.
So number of returns received is 141,000 something. Where is it? Is it a branch or where is it?
Branch, sir.
Which branch?
CDMU branch.
CDMU branch, right? Okay, so all that is not written, right? So is it there in the previous slide? Right? Right. Okay. So CDMU branch verifying content of return of VAT.
Verify contents of return means work item names.
Work item?
Names, verify contents of return, RTN.
Right. Okay. So go to the next one. We have received return. We normally issue it. Right. So when we receive the return, we normally issue temporary acknowledgement, right? So after that, you give a permanent acknowledgement, right? In presence of 2 errors, we issue notice 2 and communicate to taxpayers. We have to improve the issue of PA stands for
Permanent acknowledgement.
we have to improve permanent and reduce issue a notice to. Where is now? Right. So you want to issue a permanent technology. If PA is not issued, further processes cannot be done in audit branch. Okay. Right. Go to the next slide. Next slide. Right. So PAs, you are saying these are the PAs. So target is target means what you mean, the received amount. No, it's not target. No. So the received
No, sir, there's target, no, received returns.
yeah, received this amount of,
Target.
yeah, it's your target. This is the received returns, no?
Returns.
So the received, so right within brackets you can say received
Received.
returns, because it's not a target given. It's the number of received returns are there. Out of that, completed returns are this. Incompleted is this. That's what you're saying, no?
Yeah.
Right. So you had to talk to a person who's not working in the IRD, right? So because there will be people even in the Viva, right? So when you say, okay, so the received returns are this, out of that which are correct, which you are saying as PA is this, no, notice is given to this, right? So, but your problem is, okay, with only the completed ones, right? Okay. So go to that slide where you have the data. So you have data only for 2023, you don't have yet. For 6 months, you don't have, no? Right. What about 2021?
Last 6 months.
Yeah, last 6 months of at least 3 areas you must have data, no? Right? So you must have that. And the other one is not required, because whatever is not PA is a notice, no? Notice to, no?
Yeah.
So what you are concentrating on PA. So you talk about PA, right? Okay.
Oh.
So you put the values, then you say PA is this amount, but you have written what? If you want, you have 2 rows. Then if you want, you can say completed or PS 1 and the notice 2 is the other one. But you're concentrating on PA, right? So you and you can show a graph where next slide. Next slide. So the PA is this whatever the amount. So you can not like this, you should draw that diagram, right? Graph where you have 3 years or the 3, 6 months period 3 and show the performance gap. Understand? Right? Okay. Right. Okay. So I am not telling everything is fine, right? So a lot of things you have to do. I can't tell answers, no? Okay. Right? What's your good name? Harshan, right? Okay.
So I'm going to present the management fee research project proposal. Rupees of the individual income tax return compliance in the IRD board beginning office.
Right. No, just wait. Increasing the individual income tax return compliance in IRD Goa regional office, no? Okay. Just keep the mic. There are people online, no?
I briefly describe about the department. Start established in 1932. Purpose of the collecting of tax revenue. Now the department contributes 54% of the government revenue throughout the total revenue of the government. For administrative purposes, the IRD maintain Gold branch. Then I going to discuss how to increase the IT return compliance of the Gold branch. This is the data taken by the monthly returns performance reports of the branch from 2017-18 to 2020-22. There are the number of files maintained by the branch and compliance of the returns, the compliance gap, and here the compliance gap. As examples, 17-18 year, there is 9,676 files Actually, compliance is 2,448. Compliant gap is 7,228.
Why do you want to show 50% of the gap? Or you had to say,
My final target was, I was unable to percentage this one.
Yeah.
But my final one is the completion of 50% of the gap.
no, you can't say 50% of the gap. What do you think?
It's average.
Huh? Yes. What do you want to say? What about you? What do you want to say? Don't worry, they won't get angry. You are trying to help him. Anybody here? So you had draw next slide, you have a draft also. Yeah, that is very ambiguous, right? So what happens is number of IT files,
IT files and the
return files on due date, compliance gap. So
here I shows the number of files.
yeah, so you can show the performance gap. No, that's about the performance gap you are talking about, right? Put the chart title, all that graph.
Shows the number of files,
Hmm.
total files.
Yeah, show the total files, then the returns received,
Return received this line.
that is called the performance gap.
This performance gap shows from this line.
Right. Okay.
So
Don't
they
show
connect-
another line.
Sir?
The difference is the performance gap.
Yes, that's the performance gap which shows from
So
this line.
Yeah. Go to the previous slide. Right. So you are saying returns received on due. Number of files are there. Returns are received on due date. The balance is the compliance gap.
Yep.
So that is the gap.
Yep, yes. That's
So
the
you
gap.
that gap you can show between like the by arrow or this what you call a bracket.
Brackets. So
That's how others are showing. Why do you want to be different?
This is the gap actually. This is the gap.
Yeah, that is the gap, and then
it shows in this one as total gap.
Right.
This
right, I understand that. Right, okay.
this line, Gap. I take the actually we can't complete 100% gap as the compliance
Yeah,
due to experience. We can,
yeah.
in
So
our
that will
experience,
put as an objective.
So, I take the average value of this gap. It
Yes.
means the
Yes.
50%.
Yes,
50%
understood.
of
Now,
gap.
what we are trying to do is we
The
don't do, yeah, we just want to identify the problem, right? Then we will have the objective. So maybe you want to say your objective is to complete 50% of that or something like that. That is objective. When we come to the objectives, we'll discuss that, right? But we are just showing the problem here.
Problem is the
Problem is the performance gap.
performance gap.
Yeah, show the performance gap. That's it. So then out of that, what you want to achieve is maybe out of the maybe now you go to the previous slide. So you can put a rate,
Yes. I was
compliance
unable,
rate.
put the-
Like the others, you put a compliance rate. So how much of them are complying, right? So maybe the compliance is maybe what, if you look at it, it's not even 10%. Right? So your objective is maybe to increase the compliance rate to 50%,
50%, yes, sir.
right?
I
But
was
she
unable-
will say compliance 50% not possible.
Not,
What is possible?
not from the gap, sir. Not
Yeah,
from the-
even though you are saying she's saying it's not possible. What's the possible rate? He's looking at her, thinking that he will get angry. What's the possible rate?
50% means not the
Not-
50%.
Uh-huh.
50% of the gap.
No,
Yes.
don't talk about the 50% of the gap. Why are you so talking about the gap? Because the gap is not the way you inform. Compliance rate from the return files. Why do you want to talk about a gap? Huh?
Reduce the gap by 50%. It is not-
But that is now normally, give me the pointer. Right? So this one is the number of files. So the number of files will vary, So the gap also will vary. So we'll talk about it now. Normally the standard is you want to get 100% of the files returned on time. That's how you present. So if you want maybe 90% of the files returned on time, we talk like that.
Actually, we have to take percentage.
Yeah.
I was unable to put the percentage.
Yeah,
here.
you put the percentage here and talk about how much the target should be based on the number of maybe number of files that are sent. No, I mean, out of the files that you have, number of compliance, the compliance rate should be based on the number of files. So files will increase, no, right? Files will increase. These are what? Just absolute numbers. No? So based on this only you have to talk, right? Based on this only, only based on this, what? 90% of this you want to achieve. So this will increase. So then these figures are all maybe different.
Yes.
We have to talk about what? Number of IT files. You want 90% compliance with. That's how others are talking. No, I don't know. Yeah. 100% is good. But when you are setting the objective first year, later on, now he's planning on setting the objectives also. Low. Yeah. 100%. So you are saying 100% of them.
We can't never do it.
Right. Very good. So you are saying it's a law, but his objective in the long run will be 100%. So when he sets objectives, right? Okay. So the gap is 100% is shown. No? Now he's now if you take a look at his drawing, he's showing the performance gap. So all this has to be complied. So it will change from person to person. He has said here, what you're saying is also correct. But he has gone one step further than you all. He is talking about objectives. Right? Huh?
9,000 files.
Exactly. So
17, 18 year, it's only up to now only 5,000 files.
right.
After 5 years.
Right. So don't worry. Don't. Yeah. So yeah, others also will get confused now because when you talk about objectives and all, we'll just stop here. What you are saying is also correct. So you are showing the kind of compliance gap. 100% has to be complied with. It's not complied with. Very small amount is complied with. Right. And you are showing that. Right. So the later on about how much to achieve and the objectives, we'll talk about it later. Just talk about the problem. Okay. Right? Otherwise, it will confuse us. So you know how to put it now? Right.
Yes.
Okay, done.
This is my project topic is increasing of corporate income tax refunds issuing in medium corporate refund units. Actually, the IRD has established the separate refund units to process the refunds in increasing the refund process, LCR and MCR units. So especially VAT and CIT refunds are processing under these units. Here, large LCR unit consists of about 600 files. MCR corporate refund unit consists of a number of files which are in medium corporate and upper corporate units files. When considering the last several years, refund finalizing percentage can show this table. Actually, refund finalizing means several mode of refund can finalize. One is rejecting the refunds. Another one is issuing cash refund or check refund. Then other one is set off against the default taxes. Taxpayer can request the such mode of refund finalizing when considering the medium corporate refund units. Received work item regarding the audit refund cases from 2019 to 2022. Received work item 56 and completion rate is 9%. Then completion rate is 16.1%. Then up to 2022, it was 19.8%. Then completion rate average is 15%. You can see the clear picture in this graph. Then performance gap is identified as the bracket. In here, completion average is 15%. It shows black color line. Then required level is 80%. So gap.
Yeah. But now also here also now actually you don't need to benchmark. If you go to the like the previous learning partner, go to the previous slide. We are showing the performance gap no previous slide. You can see only work items completed. You have it here, no? 9, 21, 12, and 18, right? Correct? 118, right? Okay, and you are given the comment. So you want 100% of it completed, right? That's the performance normally. But what you are saying is 80% performance is enough. Is that what you are saying?
Not actually benchmark performance rate for refunds.
Yeah. So you don't think everything has to be completed?
Everything needs to be completed.
Yeah, but general benchmark is 80%.
I think it should be around 80% because
how do you think it's 80%?
No, actually under the current law, after 2018-19,
yes,
Act was given the stipulated time gap. Within 6 months, refund need to be finalized.
Time buys there. All refunds have to be finalized within 6 months.
So actually, after 2018-19, refund was not processed.
Right.
These refunds are in the previous act. Then
Now, you don't have to give refund.
After processing the refunds under new law, we need to finalize the existing work item, existing refund workload.
Yes.
So therefore, refund need to be finalizing, need to be increased.
Yeah, everybody understands the refunds have to be done. So how are we going to show the performance gap? Right? So you are saying, okay, refunds, work items received is this amount, right? So, and out of that, you are arbitrarily saying 80% have to be done. If you told me the law says 80%, I'll accept, right? But otherwise, I will say, no, 100% of the refunds you have to give.
The law does not say.
Yeah, but law says,
branch,
yeah.
Normally 6 month branch target is available to complete the
100%.
100%.
So then why you want to put all the refunds that work items that you have got, you have to complete within 6 months. So why won't you put that entire? I'm not sure. I also don't know, but I'm asking you, what do you think? Anybody else? If you understand the logic, right? So you must understand logic. That's why I'm actually spending so much time without I can actually quickly complete everybody and then I also can go off. But I don't want to do that. There must be some learning, no? Right? So if the law says, like some people said, okay, I agree. But in generally thing is now if you are saying within 6 months, the refunds have to be completed. then that should be the target, no? Right? So the gap is that. Because it has to be completed. But it's not completed. Maybe later on when you are setting the objectives, as one person said, okay, I can say,
These refunds, these are the previous, under the previous act refunds.
right, okay.
There is no time limitation given.
For the
under
previous ones.
Previous one.
So, but then,
Under
should,
2018-19,
yeah,
act gives the
time limitation.
time limit.
So then these are also after 2018, no?
Yes,
So then the time limit is there, no?
but refunds are generated from
Previous years.
previous years, not
New,
not after the 2018.
so all these things are previous year refunds.
Yes,
So then how, why are they coming in, now if you look at the previous slide, go to the previous slide. So all these are coming for refunds
Yes.
before that.
yes.
Now no
But,
refunds are given
Processing
this
now,
year.
yes.
So, but you had processed within 6 months.
Not, no, sir, actually, those are the under previous act
Right.
funds.
So then can you
But,
say,
Processing
yeah,
is
but,
going,
are you agreed to the performance gap of 100, everything has to be paid? Are you agreed with that? I don't know. Who's your good friend? Huh?
Sajita.
Sajita? Where? Where's the mic? Well, this area is very difficult actually, the problem. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? I know you all don't want to give me refunds, I know that, but you have to give refunds too.
Gap is, I think, from 100%, but it is unachievable.
Right. Unachievable, but the gap should be that.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying, not me. Right? I'm not saying. She's saying. So think about it, right? Think about it slowly, you think about it, and 7th session you come and do whatever, what is the performance gap, then objectives and all later, right? Okay. So what is achievable where we set the objectives of first year, target is different. What times we are looking here only the performance gap. What we should do, right? Okay. What can be done is something else, right? Is there a performance gap? So maybe first year you can't achieve this. Later on you can achieve in the long term, right? So this is the refund. We have to give this much of refunds, but we are giving this much only. The difference is the performance gap. Something like that. I don't know, right? You think about it and do it, right? Okay, take your time. We have enough time, right? Maybe 7th session if you can finalize, and you can do the balance proposal after that, right? But the people who cannot present today can send me the presentation. So the other thing is I have to tell everybody, like when you are taking backups, right? Especially later on, take backups when you're doing the project weekly and maybe at the last few times, even daily or once in 2 days, right? Later on, some people say the computer failed or something, right? Hard disk failed and all that. That's common for projects, right? Not only MBA, PhD, everything. So cloud is there, then Gmail is there, always continuously look at the backup. So further details, you can ask the IT expert. If there, no, he'll create the cloud for you. No, cloud is the best, no? Yeah, so backup, right? Otherwise, later on, after 3 chapters, you don't actually, what if you have put it in our PIM portal, it will be there, but lot of work will be lost, right? One person has lost it also now. I don't know who it is, but some of the data has been lost. So again, redoing. So can't help every time we tell this, but at this time you all are talking, but later on one person suddenly says, look here, my data has been lost. So please back up, right? These are basics, right? So further details, you can know what's your good name? Upul, right? Upul is there to help you if you know cloud. There? No cloud. So upload. What's the capacity? You are giving cloud accounts to everybody. No, you have. Yeah. Not used. Yeah, personal. Right. So please use, right? Gmail, Google Drive is also there, right? Okay. What? Yeah, Gmail. So Upul is recommending Gmail, right? Okay. Right. Please present.
My project proposal is how to increase revenue collection of Colombo East Metro unit. Normally, the revenue target is given by the ministry, finance ministry to the department. That revenue target is allocated every branches by the department. Beginning of the year, the department then allocated that yearly revenue target divided into two parts, that first half and second half. This information I obtained from REMIS system 2019 to 2022. First choice target revenue. Other second one is achievement from the target. Normally, achievement is vary from 70% to 90%. There is the performance gap. Red
So
color
what's the
line.
operational issue?
Sorry?
The operational issue. Now this is the entire target, but the revenue is not collected, no?
Yeah. Total revenue is not collected.
Why is it not collected?
There are several issues.
Yeah, there are several problems. So you have to find one problem.
Yeah. Time to time, government is the policies is changed by the government.
Yeah. Those things are all there. Now we are going out of line here, right? So we are looking at what operational issues, right? Operational problems, and maybe now he's saying about revenue, yes, but there may be lots of areas of revenue. Then you go to one area. Why is it not happening? Now you can see the others saying about files and all that. Some maybe the compliance of that or what areas they are going to various areas. So IIP and all that. So your one is entirely different, right?
Total revenue.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you have to look at the listen to my session, right? And see devise something and come, huh? Right? We go to the next one. Right. So the basics have to be followed, right? For the field project, right? Okay, so have a look at the previous session of mine. Its recordings are there now, very easy, right? And what we are talking about, and the PPT also I uploaded. Some people have wanted the PPT, so I uploaded, but that just gives a structure, right? And the structure is already there in the guidelines also.
Good afternoon, sir. My topic is reduction of the tax payment errors in the RAMIX for large taxpayers unit. Here I focusing on the LTU units only. Next slide. Tax payment errors are not uncommon, and they can lead to the significant inconvenience for both taxpayers and tax administration IRD. Error tax payment is error ledger post into the RAMIX and suspended accounts. Currently, over 20,000 payment records are available in the suspended accounts, but we can't classify it, we can't identify it. TIN is valid, such payment is credited to the payment ledger incorrectly. TIN is invalid, such payment is suspended. Then let's move to the this problem description. There are 483 company tax files allocated in the LTU as at 30th June 2023. Then this table can show the identified payment errors from for each six months from 2021 to 2023. Then I divided into two categories. First category is payment errors due to TIN, tax type and tax period code. Next is other payment error. That's maybe bank error, process data transmission error, human error, like that. According to the this table, I took the first category average 83% and second category 73%. Then that pie chart shows that percentage just of the two categories. Actually, payment error should
Something
be
is wrong there, no?
sorry.
Now, if you take the 2021, identified payment errors, right?
Yeah.
176. Out of that, 146 is one, and the other one is 30.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And the percentage is, sorry, it's given, no?
Yeah.
So you are looking at the total errors, right?
Totals identified errors.
Identified errors.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do with it?
I want to reduce the payment errors.
Payment errors.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay. So go to the next slide.
This is the only.
So no, we are not getting now you as a percentage of now this is number of errors understood, right? And what you're saying is the other errors and this. What is the total number of payments submitted?
That's.
Is it better? I don't know. What do you think? How is she saying is okay, reduce
This is there is unidentified errors.
Right.
These are only identified errors.
Identified errors out of the total payments. No?
Yeah.
So you want to reduce the identified errors.
There is I want to reduce the payment errors.
Exactly.
Into the unidentified errors. There are so many payment errors.
Exactly.
It's still not identified by the taxpayer or the department.
Right. Okay.
These are the identified errors in this.
So you want to reduce the identified errors occurring.
Identified in the identified errors.
Yeah.
And to the analyze this.
Yeah.
The reasons is one is the payment due to TIN error, tax type error.
Understood.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do with it?
I want to reduce the payment errors.
Yeah.
Using this sample.
Yeah. So you want to reduce the payment errors made.
Yeah.
So now, which has not gone notice, you can't help, no?
Sorry?
Whatever has that has not gone. I mean, these are the things that you have noticed.
Yeah.
So the noticed things, errors you want to reduce.
Yeah.
We can't talk about the things that you have not noticed.
No, we will give the solution for the these payment errors due to TIN, tax type, tax period error,
Exactly, that's what you
then
want.
we can reduce the tax payment errors.
Yes, yes, okay. Right, what you're saying is you want to take this off, no, I mean, you want to reduce the number of errors.
Yeah,
So only the first column you want to do, no? Next one you don't want to look at, no?
Yeah.
All the errors, so
not identified errors,
identified what errors?
payment errors.
Payment errors, that is the
Yeah,
first
tax,
column.
tax payment errors.
Tax payment errors, the yellow column.
Yeah, yellow
You
color.
want to reduce.
Yeah, I want to
Right,
read,
so then
not,
you have
I
to-
want to, not reduce, I want to reduce the payment errors. These are the, I can't take the all payment errors because that is the problem. These
you
are the identified errors because we don't know what payment errors.
Identified payment errors.
Yeah,
You want to take it off,
yeah,
right? So identified payment errors you want to reduce. Whatever you have identified, whatever.
there is a payment
Yeah,
errors.
payment
I,
errors you want to
payments
reduce.
errors, there is a payment errors.
Right. So
Then
what are the
I,
total payment number. This is the errors are this amount. What is the total number versus the total number only you have to look. Against what are you going to do? Look at this. You have given a breakup of this. Understood. Against what are you going to put?
total payment.
That is missing. That data we require. Do we require? Yes. Otherwise, we can't say, as a given percentage of errors, we can't see unless the total is there. You see? That's what I was looking at what you're trying to get at. So then now only I realized whether it's something to do with the other side. So then this side is actually not required. Maybe for data purposes, you are trying to show this. But this is not that, not a key issue. You're talking only about this side, trying to reduce this. So then why are you giving a breakup of this? You want to reduce this. Maybe for details sake, you can put all that. And maybe when you're writing the problem, you can say this amount of for this is for this. But the main thing is not there. So you put the main thing, right? Okay. You can hear me, Cicera, no? Right? Can you hear me? Okay, no? So the main area, right? You have to put it there and then quickly get the gap, right? And present on the 7th session, right? Okay. So with that, even the topics you all have to quickly do. Some people have not got the topic course right. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Reducing VAT suspended work item in large taxpayer, wholesale and retail sale sector. Because I selected this heading because of the reason large taxpayer unit have a huge number of transaction regarding to the VAT. More than 15 to 20,000 scheduled records are submitted by the taxpayer each quarter. Especially the issues suspended work item is greater than 60% large taxpayer unit 4 in our branch. My intention is reducing the suspended work from 60% to 45%. The reason behind here, normally when we have to consider 60% is need to complete, so almost 100%. So normally performance cap is 60% when we have to complete the actual amount. But here
Why I select the amount from 60 to 45% reason, more than 15 million unmatched amount in each and every quarter in our Inland Revenue Department, especially in our large taxpayer unit. Once we need to issue the assessment, there's no any proper way to issue the assessment. The system is not allowed. There's a problem. Currently, we are facing that problem. If the unmatched amount is more than 50 million, even we can't issue the assessment. Okay. Therefore, other thing, previously, the previous period also carried forward, brought forward amount also, input amount also available. Without complete that previous period, but PTA, we cannot complete the current period also. And that's why I set the objective. This is a 2021 records, the first quarter to 2021 first quarter. Number of files are return received each quarter, total amount 336. The completed amount is 134 and still now suspended up to 31st July 2023, 202. The percentage is actual suspended percentage 57, 65, 57 is my set targeted reducing to 45%. This is my objective to reduce the performance gap. This is a performance gap based on my set target.
So now not at all clear these things. You understand when you compare with the others. So you must have what you call the suspended work item. So you are saying it should not be suspended, no? It has to be completed.
Yeah.
Right? So don't talk about objectives. Did I talk about objectives in the first session? No, nothing. So don't talk about objectives here, right? What should be the standard if it's required, but if something is not done, the 100% has to be done, right? So talk about get the values, don't put like this, it's not clear. I mean, first, second, what year and the quarter, all that year has to be there, right? And don't give what you want to do. Maybe later on in the project, if they have given the objectives, you can put it, right? But not at this stage. First problem identify the problem, right? And now others have shown this too.
Yes.
You can go through the videos and find out. We can't tell answers, right? But you have to do a lot of work, right? Okay. So when you don't do, it's also shown, right? Every presentation. So you work a little and get it. If you don't understand, you call me, right? But when you look at actually the presentation before, what we did and all, you will understand. We look at how others are doing, and today a lot of people are successfully presented. Okay. Work. Okay. Next one.
Good afternoon, sir. Increase of individual income tax quarter payment compliance rate in Inland Revenue Ratnapura Regional Office. For better revenue collection, timely payment of tax is very important. According to the section 90 of the Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2017, it is required a person who derives assessable income during a year of assessment shall pay tax by quarterly installments.
Right. Understood. Go to the next slide. This is clear.
I have taken sample from the Ratnapura Regional Office and analyzed according to the these quarters, and these are the due dates, and these are the number of taxpayers who made quarter payments on or before due dates, and these are the percentage.
Okay.
And this is the graphic representative. We have to collect here expected value is 100%. This blue line shows the number percentage of taxpayers who paid tax on or before due date. And this is the average percentage. And then here's the performance gap.
So you are taking Ratnapura regional office,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Gap is there, right? Continued maybe CONT 3 dots. No, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
That's the way you put it. Just see what the shortened form is, right? Cicero, can you hear me? So, right. Right. So you are taking the from 2021 quarter one
Yes,
to
sir.
2020.
Only 2 assessment years
Right. Okay. Okay. So that is
and
okay.
8 quarters.
Huh?
2 assessment years and 8
Yeah,
quarters.
8 quarters. No.
Because
So
limitation of time,
right.
I have. I'm
Go to the first slide. Right. So increase the individual income tax quarterly payments compliance.
Yes.
So you're talking on, about payment compliance, no?
Yes.
So that is about payment compliance, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
On no before due date.
Compliance.
Yes.
Payment compliance.
Yes. Sir.
Right. Okay. So she has got the gap, no? I think it's clear, no? Right. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. My topic is reducing the tax in default due to none allowing the withholding tax on interest income in banking and financial sector. As
Just
per
go to the previous slide. So what your issue is, yeah, go to the previous one. The topic, first slide.
yes,
Reducing the tax in
tax
default.
in default due to the none allowing the withholding tax credit.
What do you mean by that?
None allowing the withholding tax credit on interest.
Who's not allowing? Banks
By
are not-
system.
Huh?
System.
What system?
Premise. Due to various things,
Yeah.
system is not allowing
Allowing what? Will go right.
withholding tax credit
Credits
for the income tax liability against the income tax
against
liability.
the income, they are not allowing, right?
Not
Okay.
allowing.
So, but it can be, it should be accepted.
Yeah, it is definitely accepted.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we go down.
According to section 84(1) of A1 of the Inland Revenue Act, the relevant financial institution was bound to withhold the certain amounts to the and remit to the department, and taxpayer can claim it's according to section 89 of the act.
Right. Okay.
But system is not allowing due to various things. Based on the 25 files of the banking sector, there are 75 files. I select the 25 cases. These are the figures. All figures are actual figures. Total liability is the previous 5 years to 122 billion, and claim the withholding tax against 4.1 billion, but allow 8.3 million.
Others, they are not allowing.
Not allowing.
There's a system problem.
Yeah, system problem and the various things and the schedules error,
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah, if the system problem is there, you don't have a problem.
No, not a system problem.
Then?
It's a schedules mismatching and
If
something.
there is schedule mismatch and there is an issue, then we can think it's the issue. But if the system is, that's why I asked the first question also. If there's a system problem, very bluntly we have to say, don't worry about it, right? Because I told you the batch top of batch rep was customs or the same thing. That was not said by me, that was said by Dr. Samantha also. Same issue, right? If you have to rectify a system, right? Only a system, we say there is no problem. Because this it's not a management field study project. No. It's just a matter of correcting that issue or the bug, right? As your friend here, Upul will say, right? Okay. So then we don't have a field project. But if there are mismatches or some issues where you can discuss, right? You have to put it that way. If there is only a issue like that's why I straight away asked from you at the start, if that is the issue, that's not a problem. So this is the way you present. I know you have a problem. Like that other customs person also, you have a problem. It's the way you have to put it, right? And maybe the area, so you can build on other areas. As you said, okay, there are 3 or 4 errors, and at the same time, this is also not rectified, and maybe this bug also through some way of telling Upul you can rectify, right? Maybe write something where they can have. So you have to think like that, right? Can you think like that and represent it? Okay, I'll do this. Yeah. Maybe ask your friends also, right? Otherwise, you're going the wrong line, right? We are talking about a bug or issue like that, it won't work, right? Okay. So don't worry, 50% now.
No.
Actually, your pass rates are good. I mean, first time, most of you are getting it right, but you know, right? Okay, you redo it and do it. If you want, you can send it me before or on the 7th session, right? We have enough time.
Good afternoon, sir. My project is increasing corporate income tax return compliance of Colombo Central Metro Unit. I collected past 4 years data for the analysis problem. Number of return, first column present the number of return issued, and we should collect at all these return on or before the due date. Number of return received has been on or before the due date, and this is the percentage. Also, other returns are other sum of returns have received after the due dates, and its percentage is total compliance percentage is percentage of.
Go to the first slide. So you are straight away starting what is the increase in the corporate income tax return compliance. Return compliance, no, right?
Yes.
Go to the next slide. So number of returns issued, number of returns compliance. So you want to comply before the due date, no?
Okay, sir.
Right? Is that what you want? I don't know. It's up to you.
I want to collect all returns issues
Before the due date.
before the due date.
Right. So number of returns received on or before the due date, that is given.
Oh, yes.
Percentage or before the due date, that is given. Percentage. What's the 16% that percentage?
Is it the return received after the due dates?
Or no, that's also or no before the due dates. Total percentage of returns received.
It should be after the due dates.
After due date.
Oh.
So what your key is the third column, right? What
Yes.
you are saying is the third column. So have the third column.
Yes, sir.
Versus all returns. All returns are there.
Yes.
And on the due date, which is there.
Yes.
So you want everybody. So your critical factor is with the number of day the returns versus on due date. The balance part is your performance gap.
Yes, sir.
Right. So is that shown in the next slide?
First, brown color line presented received before due date returns percentage. Blue color line presented received after the due dates. Total received returns percentage presented by the red color.
Right. So you do it according to what others have said. What I
Others
have
like.
said. Yeah. So the other one is not required. It doesn't. We don't understand that also. This one, what is this?
Yes, expected level is all returns should be received on or before the due date.
Right.
Because that I selected percentage of return received on or before the due dates. Because that I presented all the data.
Right. Okay. So this is okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So you're the last one. Only one more to go. Two more. Huh? Three more. Two more. So you all want to do it or call me later? Huh? Or both of you can forego your lunch. Right? Yeah. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Right. Okay. So if anybody is hungry, you all can go also, right? Let them do. It's okay. Right? Only two more, 1 and 2, right? Okay. So others, if they want, they can go for lunch, right? Only Sisira will have a short lunch break. He always suffers, no? Right? So we'll tell someone, maybe allow him to go for some time. Quickly do. Maybe it will take only 10 minutes, but others, if they want, they can go for lunch, right? It's okay. You all can go. So the lesson learned here is always present early, right? Otherwise, your lunch break will be lost. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Right,
all
good
of you. That's great. Okay, my topic is enhancing corporate sector VAT returns compliance in upper corporate unit 5. I have selected my branch. The corporate sector have to comply the VAT return with the schedules on time. Here I have selected the data for 2019 April to 2023 March. Out of that, I have collected for VAT return based on the quarter-wise submitted person only. Then here the data is converted to annual-wise. As per the data available, I have calculated complied the VAT return on due date. Complied the VAT return means they have submitted the VAT return and the schedule on time. Here the percentage is considered calculated. Then I have select the benchmark for 70% because of the corporate sector have to submit the return for 100%, but I did not take the benchmark for 100% because of we could not achieve within the 1 year. Therefore, I have take the 70% for double of this one.
So no, you saw the performance gap. And maybe when you are setting the objectives, we'll put at 70%. So we go to the next slide. Because you can't say 70% arbitrary, right? Okay.
Okay.
So the gap is at 100%.
Yeah. So the compulsory is as per the VAT statutory, they have to comply with 100%.
So you say 100%, right? And when you are setting the target, you say first year you want to achieve 70%, right? Performance gap 100% because that is the gap, no? Law you have to comply. Okay.
So this is one actual collected complied on due date.
Right.
This is 100% is the performance
But
gap.
if you want, without putting percentage, you can put even the numbers. You go to the previous slide. If you want, you can put the numbers. You have put the
I have here.
Put the percentages.
This is for number wise. I have selected for our branch files corporates. UCU 5. Not only I have collected for only around 30 companies. It's a quarter-wise returns, not for
so
monthly-wise return.
Right,
They have
number of
submitted.
Issued returns, this is a sample or the total?
It's a sample. I have taken for 30 companies. They have submitted a quarter-wise, not for the monthly-wise return. It means that I did not select for exporter or did export. I have selected other than those companies.
Which branch is it?
Upper corporate unit 5.
So for this branch, you are taking a sample.
Yeah, I actually, yes.
Sample and saying how much our returns were sent and how much are complied. with.
These numbers of returns are complied on time.
Right.
These are the non-complied for on time. It's maybe they did not submitted or other than submitted after the due date.
You can't take the full amount here, upper corporate, the entire number of returns issued and complied.
Yeah, I can. Now I am collecting all the things. Now I have prepared before
So take the entire thing. You can't take sample, no?
No, yeah, I have
Right.
calculating those
Right.
things.
So if you can get, you get everything.
Yes.
And show the 100%. And based on that only you show the performance gap, right?
Sure.
You understand how to get the performance gap? No? Right.
Yes.
Okay. You do that and present on the 7th session at the start.
Okay, sir.
Right. Last person. Fantastic. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, all of you. My research topic is decreasing the income tax dispute in the upper corporate unit 3, which is the financial sector. Here, the income tax dispute refers to the disagreement on the additional income tax during the audit procedure. Nowadays, the disagreement level is increasing on the additional income tax, so that decreasing that level. Here, I have taken the 2 year of assessment, 1819 and 1920, based on the year of assessment. Here in the upper corporate unit, there's a number of corporate taxpayers to 280. The number of additional assessment issued for 1819 and 1920, and on that number of additional assessment, disagreed additional assessment details here. The percentage of the disagreement level, this column. So that expected disagreement I have mentioned as for 45% based on comparing with the other units in the upper corporate unit mostly. So I identified as a performance gap that expected level and this actual administrative review based on that. That's 45% is there.
Yeah, you also have to work. The previous slide, go to the previous slide. So you have taken a sample.
Not sample.
Entire thing.
Yes, available data.
So number of corporate taxpayers are only 280.
280, but every officers selecting the files and doing the audit.
So
on that, some files has been accepted by the officers. Then the number of additional assessment issued these files.
Yeah.
Then
So you are saying out of the 280 additional assessments are this is a sample, no? 280, how did you get the number of corporate taxpayers? Are only 280.
allocated files for all officers. For all officers.
All officers of corporate unit 3.
UCU3, yes.
UCU3 is 280.
280.
Right. Additional number of additional
Assessment.
issued is 66 and 69.
Yes.
Disagreements are this amount.
This amount.
Disagreement percentage even.
Yes.
What is this expected disagreements?
To reduce the level of
No, that is we talk later, right? Okay. So you are saying there are disagreements. You want to reduce. You want to. So you are saying the benchmark is 45.
Yeah.
How can you take 45?
I compared with other upper corporate unit. Mostly I identified the half of the disagreement arrived wise.
Only half. So you must get a benchmark and prove to me next time.
Okay.
Either you get to talk with your colleagues or previous this thing. Okay, it should be 45, but it is 90. Because we can't say, okay, it cannot be 0 because always there are disagreements. That's what you're saying, no?
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
In
sir.
your case, then you must say what the benchmark is. Right?
Okay.
It should be 45, but if something is written as a standard, that is okay. If it's not
There is
written,
no any standard for this.
Yeah.
Mostly we have to.
yeah, you talk with
agree-
few people and say, get some seniors and all that, and see it should be this amount, or look at some articles,
Okay,
tax articles,
yes.
right? It will
Okay.
give. Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine,
Okay,
and
thank,
come on the 7th session.
okay, thank you,
10%.
sir.
Okay. Right, that is no, okay. So I think we satisfied everybody, right? So some people have problems, but we will continue next session, right? Okay, okay, thanks. Everybody okay? Are you okay? Anything I have to improve? Everything clarified? Yes? Right, okay.